Hello viewers, now today we are to discuss another issue, that is what do you mean by measures of dispersion, that is what is variation. So in earlier we are to discuss the most important things, topics of a statistical subject, that is measures of central tendency. Now we are to discuss another important topics in a statistical subject, that is measures of dispersion or variation. So this is described as follows. Suppose we have two distribution of x scores on the same test is with average value of 50. In the first distribution, the highest score is 65 and the lowest score is 42. The second distribution has the highest score of 95 and the lowest score of 12. The difference between the highest and lowest value is much less. The difference between the highest and lowest value is much less in the first distribution than that in the second. So, viewers, although both have the same average, thus to give a better picture of a distribution, we need both the measures, one of central tendency and one of variability or dispersion. In a statistical term, we would say that the first set of scores is a homogeneous group. The individuals within this group are very similar with reference to the variable under consideration. The other group is described as heterogeneous, the variability being large. So, viewers, we are to now discuss what is dispersion, measures of dispersion and variation. The measures of the scatter of the value of a dataset among themselves is called a measure of dispersion or variation. It is the measure that informs us how representative the average is as a description of the data. When the individual values are scattered widely, then the average by itself is an attenuated representation. When the individual, that is, when the individual values are scattered in a very narrow range, then the average would appear to be highly representative. A measure of dispersion also permits us to compare the variability of two series of data. The study of variation may also be looked upon as a means of determining uniformity. A high degree of variation means a small uniformity, a low degree of variation means greater uniformity. The measures of dispersion in conjunction with an average gives us a description of the structure of the distribution, the role of the individual values in it. A measure of dispersion serves two purposes. That is, firstly, it improves one of the most important characteristics of a frequency distribution, and secondly, it helps us to compare two or more frequency distribution. So, viewers, we are to discuss the measures of dispersion or this variation. Which is the important topics in a statistics subject. Next time we discuss another topics.